Dude, I have worn through these like crazy, look at that. Like the strap on this is like literally breaking. Honestly, a great shoe. What are these called? The Nike. I don't know. They're just like socks, but like they feel great, and like I put a hole through them and everything. Like I ran through these, but I'm probably gonna wear them again. It's not like I don't have. I don't know that I have other shoes, but I just don't. These are my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Like I run through these like crazy. So I absolutely love this car. It's a Kia Stinger GT. Firstly, mainly because people don't know what it is, and secondly, great storage space. But the one thing I actually hate about this car, I'm not gonna lie, is the gas mileage on this thing. And it has such a small tank. So like I'm driving pretty conservatively. Let's say in town, well also it's also Panama City, so just driving in Panama City, like your gas mileage on this, like just in general, no matter what car you drive, is literally gonna be ass. It's gonna be trash. So on a full tank, I get about 310 miles. It's not that great when it comes to that. On the highway, it's probably about like 370, and I'll be ecstatic if it gets close to 400. Like, that's insane. And then I'm filling it up, it's also like 93. I also use like 93. So for me to fill up gas, it's about like 60 bucks a tank. Then insurance is also quite high. I'm only 24, I'm about to turn 25 this year. But still, I'm just like, dude, like that's absolutely ridiculous. If I could tell my past self to do something, honestly, as much as I love this car, it would probably not to buy the car and finance the car. Don't fucking finance your car. Unless you're using your car for like your like business, like it's like an asset, using it as like an asset. Don't finance it, because especially if you're an entrepreneur, where like there's gonna be months where you make money and there's gonna be months where you don't make a dollar. You're just gonna be stuck with that monthly payment. That monthly payment is set every single month, and you could be using that money for other things like expanding or hiring out people or whatever it is. So what I recommend, just buy out a car out in cash and just be happy with it. Or if you're gonna finance a car, make sure that you can buy that car at least 3 times over before you like finance it. I was put in a weird situation where like I got robbed $12,000 when I was gonna go buy a car out in cash. So I kind of had to start off from like ground zero, and then I also amassed a ton of credit card debt, and so that wasn't very fun either. And then interest also comes in, and now I understand why interest is so haram. Like you just get stuck in a cycle, and it's just like very difficult to get out of that cycle. If there's a reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like tells you not to do something, there's a reason, and it's probably for the best, even if like you don't understand it. And then once you like are in it, and once you're going through like what he told you not to do, like you actually understand why he told you not to do it. Gotta make sure it's always clean. My camera's about to die, so I won't be able to record today's workout. But I'm at the gym right now, so I'm gonna go in, get these legs pumped up, and then we're gonna go back home, and then start outreaching with some people, eat some lunch, and then drink my protein shake and do everything like that. And then basically get on some calls with some of my sales people. And I was on the call with my mentor today, and she also told me that like I need to start looking for another media buyer, even though I like already had a pretty rough time with the last ones I had. She was just like, you still need to like be able to hire on somebody else. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm also just gonna have to outreach to some people. I have my list of people that I need to call that I've been very reluctant to do so, just because of the service delivery aspect of the business. But I started doing that already. I already have like 18 ads running for one of my clients. We have 7 leads that have already came in within the past like 2 days. So I tried qualifying them. They didn't really turn out to go anywhere, but I'm getting good reach from it, so I'm inevitably gonna start getting some qualified leads from it. I do have two of them that are pretty promising. I can kind of see them going somewhere eventually. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. But in the meantime, let me go hit these legs. It's about like 12:10 now, or 12:11, and let's get this thing going. I gotta hustle today. I'm kind of winding down at this point. I just had a meeting with one of the sales guys, showing him the systems and just giving him the script, showing him like how to make the calls, pitching out the service over to him so he fully understands what he is calling people in regards. But then tomorrow I have a appointment with a lady in Finisterre. Finisterre is a very like prestigious neighborhood in PCB. This lady basically wants to try to sell her house for like $10 million, and she's interviewing a ton of agents. I'm hopping on to that meeting with another agent that is going to potentially get in and try to help her like land that listing, by showcasing like the marketing that we provide for her. And since I also come in from a real estate background, she's going to ask a ton of questions with regards to the market, pricing the house, just different things like should she wait after or before the election, and so on and so forth, right? These are very important questions to like for people to kind of ask when they're listing their home. And those are kind of the main key points, especially in this market, of what people tend to ask. So she had her house listed about 3 different times. First agent didn't do so well. They had this one, I think, listed at 10 million. And the next agent came in, they listed at like another like 9.9 million. And then the second agent also listed at 9.9. I kind of was going through like their listing, and I basically was like, well, there's no inside pictures. Probably didn't do any outside marketing when it comes to like actually trying to qualify the leads, so on and so forth. You probably didn't know how to do so. And here's the thing, like agents, they pretend like they know what they're doing when it comes to like their marketing services, and like everyone wants to be like the social media influencer. And granted, I know I'm not, but, and like, you know, whoever lands on my page, hopefully you guys get some value out of it. But I'm a small fish, right? And I understand that, and that's totally fine. It's just like being able to understand, like, I'm not overselling something. I usually just try to bring what I've done to the table and not trying to showboat about it. Like one of my ads that I ran since Saturday till today reached over 3,000 people and has generated over 10 leads. Granted, we're going through and qualifying each one, but it's only been about, today's what, Tuesday? Saturday, actually kind of ran since Sunday because I put it up Saturday night. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so only like 3 days. It's only been running for 3 days, reached 3,000 people, got 10 leads out of that. All right, now imagine if we ran this for about a month. On average, you have about 1,000 people that view it, and I'm just running this ad locally. Imagine if I ran it in Atlanta and Houston and LA and Austin and Charlotte or whatever it is, and have my own ad sets for each one. At that point, the daily conversion, well, since those are very popular areas, like you're going to reach a lot more people, you're going to get a lot more leads, you're going to be able to have a lot more influx amount of people that are actually going to be coming in at that point, right? So now it's like, are we prepped to be able to qualify those people now, right? So that's where the virtual assistant comes into play. They go down, they call these people like, hey, filled out this Facebook form, wanted to see if you're actually interested in purchasing anything in Panama City, or so on and so forth, right? What is your game plan, or what is this? And then on top of that, a lot of people don't really have a personal brand. That's also kind of why I'm building this thing out right now, because I want to be as raw as possible, so you guys get to understand who I am as a person, not just like,
Oh, my name is Zoman Tariq and welcome to 123 Main Street. This beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath is centrally situated in the heart of Panama City. It's a beautiful waterfront home that's about 1,500 square feet. Come check it out. That's the most mundane video that you will ever post. There's no sense of character in that video. I'm sorry if you make that type of video, but I'm telling you, you just spent $300 or $500 for some professional videographer to come in and basically help shoot you kind of BS. Now, here's the thing: if there's no hook, there's nothing like that. What's hooking me in to watching a video that you just said, "Hello, my name is." Okay, I don't really care. Like to be honest, I don't really care about what your name is. Okay, if I was to be like, all the windows in this house are fully bulletproof, come check this thing out. What the heck? I've never seen a bulletproof windowed house. That's insane. You know, at that point, well, it's not like a huge hook, but that's at least a better hook than my name is, or tell some sort of feature about the house and just kind of come off with that, right? It's or with this house you never have a power bill because solar panels are fully paid off and yada yada yada. I don't know, this house is basically the Mont Blanc of Lynn Haven. Really just kind of sit down, what are some hooks that you can come up with? Has to be less than 30 seconds. All right, cool. What are some shots that I can take? Is my face gonna be in every shot? No. Am I gonna do a voiceover on every shot? Probably. If I'm not, then all right, then let's make this video kind of engaging. You have 5 seconds to capture the audience, and if they don't do that, and if it doesn't do that, you just waste money. You can't afford to waste money. Your dollar as a business owner has to take you as far as possible. At least understand modern marketing to a point where you can at least have a conversation where you understand what different metrics are, where your KPIs are, what your CPL is, how much your ad spends are, what the reach is typically going to be. Create some forms, create a landing page, create something, create logos, create a brand kit for yourself, something that gives you an idea of what your marketing is. Because here's the thing, right? Even Grant Cardone says this: you can be the best salesperson but have the worst marketing, and you won't be as good as the guy that is the best marketer and the worst salesperson. Because if I am able to scream from the top of the mountain that of my service, the more people that know of me will use me. And if I go to every person individually and knocked on everyone's door, let's say I have 100 houses, and I've knocked on everyone's door, A, that's very time consuming, and B, you're probably going to get 10 appointments, and out of those 10 appointments, maybe 2 or 3 list those for you. Now let's scale that thing out. Let's throw a bigger net into this. If you throw a bigger net into it, what does that look like? If you made one video, took you about 2 hours to do, reaches 1,000 people, or maybe 10,000 people, or maybe 50,000 people, right? Now 50,000 people know exactly who you are, what you do, and how you do it. You don't have to necessarily tell them hey, my name is Sully, I'm a real estate agent in Panama City, I do this, this, and this. If you just show them what you do, instead of telling them what you do, that's where it becomes very valuable, right? That's where people and if you also show them your characteristics, you show them your personality, I like cars, or I like playing pickleball, or I like going to the gym, and I'm also I'm also helping agents grow. If you show people that you're doing that, if you're a business owner, this is the day in the life of an actual business owner, people can really relate to you. If you don't give anything, so if you don't necessarily give people things that they can relate upon, they don't have any sort of they can't connect with you. If you can't connect with people, why would they use you? You know what I mean? Every single client of mine becomes my friend. Because it's so much easier to sell to friends than it is selling to a random stranger. You're not even selling to a friend. You're helping a friend buy a house. You're helping them buy the biggest investment. You actually understand what they're going through. You understand that, hey, this person's about to have a kid, they need to expand. All right, we really are on a time crunch because you only have 9 months to go find that place, or this person's about to get married and they want to start off and they want to purchase their home so that now in the next 5 years, at least they can build up some wealth so that their future and so that they can have a flourishing future, at least have one asset that they can both basically be happy with, right? They can work on it. They can either rent it out. They can do whatever they like. They can basically do whatever you want. Like when you buy your house when you're married, like that's a huge accomplishment. And a lot of people don't really like. Once you can relate that to somebody, if you show somebody like you're actually going out, you're flipping houses. This is the struggles that I had to deal with. These are the things that I had to deal with to like get to where I am now. These are things that I'm overcoming. Like that's why I also like whenever so like on this channel, I'm not necessarily always talking about the greatest things. Like I landed 2 clients within my first month of the agency, but the hardest thing about my agency right now is service delivery, and it's because now I'm having to do it myself. I don't have all day to do service delivery because I also have to think about I also now have to think about outreach. I have to go get more people. I have to try to do that. So now I'm also thinking like, okay, I gotta do outreach, and I also have to be in charge of the hiring process, and then I also have shit to pay for, and I also have to worry about service delivery. Those are different segments that basically like somebody in this world can help you with for compensation, obviously, right? Kind of towards the end of the day, that's kind of my daily rant for right now. Do something with purpose. Make sure you do it efficiently, whether that's hiring out people, whether that's being able to understand like the different like drawbacks for each business, create an actual memorable brand for yourself. And yeah, just honestly just be yourself, and people will be inclined to use you. And the thing is like you're not going to be able to sell to everyone. Just come to terms with that. Like I don't want to sell to people that don't want to work with me, and I don't want to work with them if they don't want to work with me either, because that just makes it seem as if it's going to be a bad business partnership at that point. And if I don't think that we're going to work well together, if we're not going to mesh well together, then like am I going to sign you on and you and I don't necessarily have we don't have similar views in a lot of things. If we don't have similar views in a lot of things, we're going to clash a lot. And if we're going to clash a lot, you're not going to be able to trust me. I won't be able to trust you. It's like there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So in order to work with people that you would like, put yourself out there, put yourself like who you truly are as a person, be able to delegate things and look at the most important things, and that's the thing that you need to do, right? Whether that's cold calling, whether that's DMing people on social media, however you outreach to people, do that. Whether it's making videos, whether it's taking these videos and cutting them up, whatever it may be, just do that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys in